Click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to never miss another update.
Once upon a time, there was a town called Baalbek. All the people of the city were idolaters, but they were not idolaters from the very beginning. They believed in the religion of Prophet Musa and worshipped the great God. But when Prophet Musa died, there was enmity between the people of Bani Israel, and they were divided into several groups, and each group went to another land. The Baalbek people were one of them. After a few years, Baalbek was ruled by an oppressive king who forced all of the people into worshipping idols. Then he ordered them to make a big idol. When the idol was made, it was named Baal. A few years later, God chose a prophet from among them, a man named Elias. Prophet Elias used to go around the city every day and talk about the religion of Prophet Musa and his life. Prophet Elias asked, "Tell me, how many gods helped the people of Israel to get rid of the Pharaoh?" He urged the people to worship God and not bow down to the idols and words of the king. Soon Prophet Elias found helpers who believed in his word with their heart and soul. The king and queen were furious when they found out about Prophet Elias's preaching, so they ordered officers to harass Prophet Elias and his companions wherever they saw him. However, Prophet Elias did not stop guiding people. One day, the queen wished to wander around the palace. When she went a little further, she saw a garden she had never seen before. She got out of her chariot and went into the garden. The garden was so lush and beautiful that it dazzled everyone. The owner of the garden was a gardener who had spent his entire life loving the garden from the bottom of his heart. The farmer told everyone, "This garden is the product of my life that I want to give to my children before I die." The queen returned from the garden and went straight to the king and said, "My lord, I want this garden. You have to buy it for me. I want our kids to grow up in that garden. Quickly send your troops and take that garden from its owner." The king said, "You know, Elias, he won't keep quiet. He can easily persuade the people against me. No, I won't do it. If the owner of the garden sells it, I will buy it for you." The minister said, "No, dear king, I used to ask him to sell it, but the old man always refused." Days went by until one day the king left the palace. The queen quickly ordered the soldiers to go and kill the owner of the garden and take possession of the garden. It didn't take long for the old man to be killed and their family to be thrown out of the garden. When the news reached Prophet Elias, he was very upset. God commanded him to go to the king's palace and tell the queen to repent and to return the garden to the family. Otherwise, God would send a great punishment to Baalbek. Prophet Elias found the king at his royal promenade and said, "O king, the queen ordered the man to be killed and the garden to be seized. The queen must repent and return the garden to the children of the farmer as soon as possible. If she does not do so, God will surely send down a punishment." The king was silent and didn't know what to do. After Prophet Elias left, the queen got up from her bed and said, "What kind of a king are you? Who is this Elias who dares to scare you and give you orders?" The king consulted with his ministers and decided to kill Prophet Elias and make him an example for anyone who tried to disobey the king. God commanded Prophet Elias to go out of the city and hide on the top of a mountain. Soldiers searched everywhere but could not find Prophet Elias. A few days later, the king's son was struck by a strange disease. Any sage and physician they brought could not cure the king's son. Everyone said we should call on a great idol to cure him. The king ordered that a large ceremony be held in front of the great idol, and that his son be brought on a bed in front of the idol. At that event, they put the boy on the bed and put precious gifts in front of the big idol. "Great idol," the king begged, "I urge you to treat my child as soon as possible and restore his health." But the king's son did not recover. The queen said, "O thoughtless king, it is clear that the great idol cannot cure our son." The king asked why. The queen said, "Well, it turns out that Elias insulted our idol and you did nothing. Now you expect him to help our son?" "Well," the king said, "tell us what to do." The queen said, "You must kill Elias." The king ordered his soldiers and skilled men to go to the great mountain and find Elias no matter what. The troops set out, but when they reached the mountain and cave Prophet Elias was hiding in, a frightening fire suddenly descended from the sky and burned the king's troops. The people standing at the bottom of the mountain saw everything with their own eyes. This made people believe in Prophet Elias more than ever before. "We have to fool Elias for his friends," the queen said. Tell them we have nothing to do with Elias, so he comes down." The king told Prophet Elias's friends and companions, "I believe in Elias and will no longer do anything to hurt him." Prophet Elias's companions climbed the mountain and brought him down, but before they reached the city, it was reported that the king's son had died. When Prophet Elias heard the news, he went out to the people and said, "The king and queen have killed the old man, and God has tormented them. Do you see that idols are of no value and can do nothing?" When this news came to the king's attention, he was furious and sent his troops to arrest Prophet Elias. Prophet Elias, along with his companions, left the city. At the same time, the king of the neighboring country attacked Baalbek with a large army. A great war broke out and lasted for several days, but eventually the king's troops were defeated, and soon after, the enemies killed the king and queen. They seized their gold and jewelry and emptied the entire treasury and left Baalbek. What remained of Baalbek was famine and destruction. People gathered in the city and didn't know what to do. At this time, the elders of the city gathered and said, "We should have listened to Elias's words. Now we must make him come back to the city and believe in him and beg the Lord to give our city back." With these words, everyone went to the great idol and destroyed it, and then followed Prophet Elias. They found him and told him the whole story of the war, the breaking of the idol, and the killing of the king and queen. Prophet Elias also returned and prayed for them and asked God for help. Soon it began to rain, and Baalbek turned green and beautiful again, and everyone believed in God and left idolatry.